Why is it that some royals dominate the headlines while others seem to live quietly in the shadows? Despite being the youngest child of one of the most famous couples in the world, Prince William and Kate Middleton, Prince Louis is a bit of a mystery. He's undeniably adorable, steals the show during his rare public appearances, and yet, unlike his older siblings, his life remains largely out of the spotlight. Is this intentional? Or is there something about his role in the royal family that naturally keeps him away from public attention? In this deep dive, we'll explore why Prince Louis's story is so different from George and Charlotte's. How have William and Kate's modern parenting philosophies shaped his upbringing? What unique challenges and opportunities come with being the youngest Cambridge? And what might his future hold in the ever-evolving monarchy? Let's uncover the secrets behind why you rarely hear about Prince Louis. The dynamics of royal attention have always followed a particular hierarchy. Much of the media's fascination lies in the immediate line of succession. From a young age, George has been groomed for his eventual responsibilities as king, a path that invites intense scrutiny. Charlotte, too, has carved her space, partly as the first female royal in her generation, whose position in the line of succession wasn't altered by the birth of a younger brother. These roles naturally place them in the limelight. Louis, on the other hand, occupies a unique position as the youngest sibling, a role that traditionally offers both freedom and its own set of challenges. The intentional shaping of public perception begins with parenting. William and Kate have adopted a progressive approach to raising their children, striving for balance between royal duties and a normal family life. They recognize the pressures that come with constant public exposure, especially for children growing up in the digital age. For George and Charlotte, this exposure is somewhat unavoidable due to their roles. But for Louis, the couple has deliberately created a bubble of privacy, shielding him from unnecessary public scrutiny. It's not that Louis is overlooked, it's that his parents are protecting him. To understand why this is significant, consider how the royal family has evolved in managing media relations. In the past, royal children were often paraded before the press from a very young age, their lives unfolding under the watchful gaze of cameras. William and Harry, for instance, endured immense public scrutiny during their childhood, particularly following the tragic death of their mother, Princess Diana. William appears to have internalized the lessons from his own upbringing, prioritizing his children's emotional well-being over adhering to old royal protocols. When Louis was born on April 23, 2018, the world was watching. The announcement of his arrival was met with widespread excitement, as is customary for any addition to the royal family. Yet even then, the Cambridge family managed to maintain an air of privacy. Unlike his older siblings, Louis's early days were characterized by a deliberate effort to keep him away from the public eye. While the world caught a glimpse of him at his christening and a few official portraits, his appearances were sparse. This wasn't an oversight, it was a calculated decision by William and Kate to let their youngest enjoy the simplicity of early childhood away from flashing cameras and relentless headlines. Their strategy reflects broader changes within the monarchy. In a world where every action is dissected online and misinformation spreads at the speed of a click, privacy has become a valuable currency for the royal family. The younger royals, in particular, must navigate a delicate balance between tradition and modernity. Louis's limited public exposure contrasts with the high-profile visibility of his grandfather, King Charles, and his uncle, Prince Harry, who have often found themselves in the media spotlight for reasons beyond their control. This contrast not only safeguards Louis, but also signals a shift in how the next generation of royals might engage with the public. Another element shaping Louis's low-profile upbringing is the nature of his role in the family. As the third child, he's not burdened with the same expectations as George, whose future as king is carefully mapped out. Nor does he carry the pressure Charlotte faces as the spare, a role that comes with its own set of complexities. Louis's position offers a unique kind of freedom, allowing him to grow up without the constant weight of royal expectations. His parents seem determined to let him enjoy this freedom for as long as possible. However, this doesn't mean that Louis is entirely absent from public life. When he does appear, he has a knack for stealing the show. Who can forget his cheeky antics during the Platinum Jubilee celebrations? Whether pulling faces on the Buckingham Palace balcony or sharing sweet moments with his mother, Louis instantly endeared himself to royal watchers worldwide. These glimpses into his personality show a playful, lively child who clearly feels secure in the love and support of his family. Such moments are carefully curated by William and Kate. The couple's approach to publicizing their children's lives is meticulous, favoring controlled glimpses over unfiltered exposure. Their social media accounts often feature candid, heartwarming family photographs, scenes of Louis playing in the garden or celebrating milestones alongside his siblings. These snapshots humanize the royal family, presenting them as relatable figures while maintaining a protective boundary around their private lives. This strategy aligns with a broader cultural shift in how the public engages with the royal family. Gone are the days when royals were distant, untouchable figures. Today, the monarchy survives by being accessible and relevant, particularly to younger generations. William and Kate's deliberate management of their children's public personas reflects this reality. They are fostering a balance that allows their children to connect with the public without sacrificing their right to a childhood free from undue pressures. The intentional privacy around Louis raises an interesting question. Will this approach extend as he grows older? As the youngest Cambridge child, Louis occupies a position reminiscent of other spare royals, such as Prince Harry or Princess Margaret. While his current low profile might seem unremarkable, it lays the foundation for how his future role within the family will be perceived. Will he step into a more public-facing role as he matures, or will he continue to navigate life on the sidelines of royal duties? The answer likely lies in how William and Kate envision their family's contribution to the monarchy. For now, their focus appears to be on raising well-rounded children who are grounded in both royal tradition and everyday experiences. Louis, with his infectious energy and cheeky grin, is very much a part of that vision, even if, for now, the world only sees glimpses of him. When Prince Louis Arthur Charles was born on April 23, 2018, the world eagerly celebrated the arrival of the fifth in line to the British throne. From the moment his birth was announced, the youngest Cambridge was already making history in subtle but meaningful ways. Unlike his older siblings, Louis's birth did not push Princess Charlotte down the line of succession, thanks to the succession to the Crown Act of 2013, which ended the tradition of male preference primogeniture. This quiet milestone underscored the gradual modernization of the monarchy, a theme that would continue to shape Louis's early life. The first days of Prince Louis controlled spotlight. As is royal tradition, a framed announcement of his birth was placed on the easel outside Buckingham Palace, and the family posed for a photo as they departed St. Mary's Hospital. Yet even in these moments, there was a noticeable effort to minimize spectacle. Unlike Prince George and Princess Charlotte's debuts, the media coverage of Louis's birth was more subdued, reflecting William and Kate's evolving approach to managing public interest in their growing family. Louis's christening later that year provided another glimpse into the careful balance between tradition and privacy. Held on July 9, 2018, in the Chapel Royal at St. James's Palace, the ceremony was an intimate affair, attended by close family and friends. The Archbishop of Canterbury presided, and Louis wore the same replica Honiton lace gown his siblings had donned for their baptisms. While the event adhered to royal custom, the guest list and media access were notably limited, signaling the couple's desire to maintain a sense of normalcy for their youngest son. From an early age, Louis's public appearances were kept to a minimum. While his siblings were regularly featured in public events and official portraits, Louis was often seen only in curated family photos or milestone moments like his christening or first birthday. The decision to shield him from the media spotlight wasn't merely about privacy, it was also about granting him a childhood that felt as ordinary as possible, given the extraordinary circumstances of his birthright. This approach is emblematic of Kate and William's parenting philosophy, which prioritizes a sense of balance between royal duty and the everyday joys of family life. Kate, in particular, has spoken openly about the importance of creating a secure and nurturing environment for her children. Her interest in early childhood development has shaped many of her public initiatives, and it's clear that these values inform her parenting style. For Louis, this means a childhood spent largely away from the public eye, playing in gardens, baking with his siblings, and enjoying the simple pleasures that come with being part of a close-knit family. One notable difference in how the family has handled Louis's upbringing compared to his older siblings is the timing and nature of his official introductions to the world. While George and Charlotte attended royal engagements from an early age, George famously accompanied his parents on a royal tour to Australia and New Zealand as a toddler. Louis has been spared such responsibilities thus far. This difference reflects both his position in the line of succession and the couple's understanding of the demands placed on young royals. It's a deliberate choice to let him grow into his role rather than thrust it upon him prematurely. However, when Louis does make public appearances, he has a knack for stealing the spotlight. One of the most memorable instances came during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations in 2022. While standing alongside his family on the Buckingham Palace balcony, Louis's playful antics and expressive reactions captivated audiences around the world. From covering his ears during the flypast to making cheeky faces, his unfiltered charm brought a sense of lightness to the formal event. These moments remind the public that behind the royal titles and duties, Louis is simply a young boy discovering the world. These carefully managed glimpses into Louis's life are a testament to how William and Kate have adapted to the pressures of modern royal life. In a world where the line between public and private has become increasingly blurred, their strategy allows for controlled transparency. Social media has become a crucial tool in this endeavor. Through platforms like Instagram, the couple shares curated glimpses of their family life, including beautifully candid photos of Louis. These posts, often taken by Kate herself, help satisfy public curiosity while maintaining the family's privacy. One such example is the tradition of releasing official portraits for their children's birthdays. For Louis's milestones, these images have showcased his playful personality, from messy finger painting to cheeky grins in the garden. The photos not only celebrate his growth but also reinforce the image of the Cambridges as a grounded, relatable family navigating their unique position with grace. While these glimpses are endearing, they also raise questions about how Louis's public presence will evolve as he grows older. His relatively low profile in these formative years sets him apart from his siblings and other young royals in previous generations. For instance, Prince Harry, who occupied a similar position as the spare during his early years, was often seen accompanying his mother, Princess Diana, on public engagements. Harry's visibility from a young age contributed to the immense public interest in his life, a double-edged sword that brought both adoration and scrutiny. In contrast, William and Kate's approach with Louis seems designed to avoid this level of exposure. By limiting his appearances now, they may be setting the stage for a more balanced relationship with the media in the future. This strategy aligns with their broader efforts to modernize the monarchy, emphasizing duty and service while protecting the well-being of individual family members. As Louis continues to grow, his journey will undoubtedly be shaped by these early choices. For now, he remains a charming enigma, a royal who brings joy in small doses while enjoying the privileges of a childhood largely untouched by the pressures of public life. The decisions made during these formative years may not only define his relationship with the public, but also influence how he carves out his identity within the royal family. As Prince Louis grew, the dynamics of his role within the royal family began to take shape, reflecting the nuances of being the youngest child in a high-profile lineage. Unlike his older siblings, George and Charlotte, who hold clear and defined roles in the line of succession, Louis occupies a position that offers both advantages and challenges. Being further removed from the direct path to the throne, he is afforded a unique freedom. Yet his place in the family carries its own expectations and responsibilities. In the British monarchy, birth order often dictates the level of attention and responsibility bestowed upon each child. Prince George, as the future king, is being prepared for a life of leadership. His upbringing is carefully calibrated to equip him with the skills and resilience needed for his eventual role. Princess Charlotte, meanwhile, has embraced her status as the spare with confidence and charm, often captivating the public with her poised appearances. Louis, however, occupies a space that is less defined, a younger sibling who will likely have fewer official duties but remains a vital part of the royal narrative. This dynamic is not without historical precedent. Royals who fall further down the line of succession often experience a greater degree of flexibility in shaping their lives. Prince Harry, for instance, once filled a similar role as the younger brother to a future king. While this position allowed him to explore personal interests and take on a range of projects, it also came with challenges, including navigating his relationship with the monarchy and the public. For Louis, his parents appear determined to provide him with a foundation that balances royal tradition with the freedom to explore his individuality. At home, Louis benefits from the close bond he shares with his siblings. George and Charlotte, though only slightly older, have naturally taken on roles as guides and playmates, offering Louis both companionship and a sense of structure within the family. Photos and videos released by the palace often capture heartwarming moments between the three siblings, from playing together in the garden to sharing mischievous grins during public events. These glimpses reveal a dynamic that is refreshingly relatable, a trio of children navigating their unique circumstances with laughter and love. William and Kate's parenting philosophy plays a crucial role in shaping this bond. By fostering a sense of normalcy, they ensure that the siblings see themselves as a team, united by shared experiences, rather than divided by their differing roles in the royal hierarchy. This approach is particularly important for Louis, who may one day feel the weight of comparison to his older brother and sister. By cultivating an environment of mutual respect and support, William and Kate are setting the stage for Louis to carve out his identity without the pressure of living up to external expectations. In the public sphere, Louis's role continues to evolve. While his appearances are less frequent than those of his siblings, they often leave a lasting impression. His playful antics during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee celebrations in 2022 are a prime example. As he waved enthusiastically to the crowd and reacted animatedly to the flypast, Louis provided a light-hearted counterpoint to the formality of the occasion. Moments like these remind the public that behind the titles and royal protocol, Louis is still a young child, full of curiosity and joy. These appearances, though carefully managed, offer a window into Louis's personality. He is often described as spirited and charming, qualities that endear him to royal watchers. Yet his limited exposure also highlights the balance his parents are striving to achieve, allowing him to be seen and celebrated without subjecting him to the relentless scrutiny that often accompanies a public role. This balance is no easy feat, particularly in an age where social media amplifies every image and interaction. William and Kate's use of social media has been instrumental in shaping public perception of their family. By sharing curated photos and updates, they maintain a sense of connection with the public while controlling the narrative around their children's lives. For Louis, this means that his milestones and memorable moments are shared on their terms, often accompanied by heartwarming captions that reflect the family's close bond. These posts not only satisfy public curiosity, but also allow William and Kate to present their family as relatable and grounded. Behind the scenes, Louis's role as the youngest child also comes with its own set of expectations. While he may not inherit the same level of responsibility as George or the spotlight that Charlotte commands, he remains an important part of the royal family's future. His parents are keenly aware of this, ensuring that his upbringing includes the values and traditions that define the monarchy. At the same time, they are committed to giving him the tools to thrive as an individual, whether or not he chooses to take on a prominent public role. Historically, younger royals have often found themselves in roles that allow them to champion causes and explore personal passions. Princess Margaret, for instance, used her position to support the arts, while Prince Edward pursued a career in theater and media before returning to royal duties. While it's too early to predict the path Louis will take, his parents' approach suggests that they are laying the groundwork for a future where he can pursue his interests while remaining connected to the family's legacy. The modern monarchy faces a delicate balancing act, preserving tradition while adapting to the expectations of a contemporary audience. For Louis, this means that his early years are marked by both privilege and protection. His parents' efforts to shield him from the pressures of public life reflect a broader commitment to ensuring that the next generation of royals grows up with a sense of purpose and resilience. As he continues to develop, Louis will undoubtedly bring his own unique perspective to the royal family, enriching its story in ways that are yet to unfold. As Prince Louis continues to grow, his place in the public eye remains carefully curated, reflecting the thoughtful strategy his parents have adopted to shield him from excessive media attention. While George and Charlotte frequently accompany their parents to public engagements, Louis's appearances are limited to key moments, creating an aura of intrigue around the youngest Cambridge. This approach isn't accidental. It reflects a deeper understanding of how the media operates and the challenges of growing up as a royal in the modern era. When Louis does appear, he has a remarkable ability to capture the spotlight. The world still remembers his joyful and unfiltered expressions during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee in 2022. Those moments, widely shared across traditional and social media platforms, became an instant sensation. Louis's cheeky wave, exaggerated reactions, and endearing interactions with his mother provided a glimpse of his playful personality, winning over hearts worldwide. Yet these appearances are rare, a deliberate choice by William and Kate to ensure that their youngest son's life isn't dominated by constant public scrutiny. The rise of social media has significantly altered the relationship between the royal family and the public. In earlier generations, the royal narrative was shaped almost entirely by traditional media, television broadcasts, newspaper articles, and carefully staged photo opportunities. Today, platforms like Instagram allow the royals to connect directly with their audience, bypassing the tabloid filter. For Louis, this means that his most memorable moments are often presented through curated family posts rather than sensationalized headlines. William and Kate's social media strategy is a masterclass in balancing accessibility with privacy. Through their official accounts, they share carefully selected images that humanize their family while maintaining a protective boundary around their private lives. For example, birthday portraits of Louis often highlight his lively and adventurous spirit. One image shows him beaming in a field of daisies, while another captures the remnants of a messy painting session, his hands covered in vibrant colors. These photos, often taken by Kate herself, feel intimate and authentic, offering the public a glimpse into their lives without overexposing their children. This controlled approach has a dual purpose. It not only satisfies public curiosity, but also reinforces the image of the Cambridge family as relatable and modern. By presenting Louis and his siblings as children who enjoy outdoor play, baking, and other everyday activities, William and Kate connect with their audience on a personal level. At the same time, these curated moments allow them to manage the narrative, ensuring that their children are seen on their terms rather than through the invasive lens of paparazzi. The difference between this approach and that of previous royal generations is stark. William and Harry, for example, were frequently photographed in public settings during their early years, often as part of official duties alongside Princess Diana. While these images endeared them to the public, they also exposed them to an intense level of scrutiny that sometimes overshadowed their childhood experiences. William, in particular, appears to have taken these lessons to heart, adopting a more cautious and protective stance when it comes to his own children. This caution is especially evident in how William and Kate handle Louis's place in the family dynamic. As the youngest, Louis occupies a unique position, less burdened by the expectations that come with being an heir, yet still very much a part of the royal story. His parents' decision to shield him from unnecessary public exposure reflects a desire to give him the space to grow and develop without external pressures. By allowing him to enjoy a childhood filled with simple joys and minimal interruptions, they are laying a foundation for him to find his own identity within the royal framework. Public interest in Louis also reflects broader cultural shifts in how the monarchy is perceived. In the past, royal children were often viewed as symbols of continuity and stability, their lives intertwined with the institution's public image. Today, the public is more interested in seeing the human side of the royals, their personalities, challenges, and individual journeys. This shift has created both opportunities and challenges for the younger generation of royals, who must balance tradition with modern expectations. For Louis, this means that his rare public appearances carry significant weight. Each moment is carefully planned to highlight his charm and individuality while preserving his privacy. For example, during the Trooping the Color parade, Louis's enthusiastic participation added a touch of levity to the formal proceedings, reinforcing his role as a beloved member of the family without overshadowing the event itself. These moments are designed to create a positive connection with the public, ensuring that Louis remains an endearing figure while maintaining his freedom to grow away from the spotlight. This approach also raises intriguing questions about how Louis's role within the royal family will evolve as he grows older. Historically, younger siblings of heirs have often struggled to find their place, caught between the expectations of royal life and the desire for independence. Prince Harry's experiences as the spare highlight the complexities of this dynamic. His journey has been marked by both a deep commitment to public service and a struggle to define his identity outside the shadow of his brother. William and Kate's approach to Louis suggests that they are keenly aware of these challenges and are working to provide a more balanced path for their son. Looking ahead, it's clear that Louis will play an important role in shaping the future of the royal family, even if his path remains less defined than that of his siblings. His upbringing reflects a thoughtful blend of tradition and modernity, emphasizing the values of service, humility, and individuality. Whether he chooses to take on a prominent public role or pursue a quieter path, Louis's early experiences will undoubtedly influence the person he becomes. For now, Louis's charm and exuberance continue to delight royal watchers, even as he enjoys a childhood largely shielded from the public eye. His parents' efforts to protect his privacy while allowing glimpses of his personality reflect a deep commitment to ensuring that their children grow up with a sense of stability and security. In an era where the pressures of public life can feel overwhelming, this balance is both a testament to their parenting philosophy and a blueprint for the future of the monarchy. As Prince Louis grows older, the path ahead for him becomes a subject of curiosity. His upbringing so far suggests a future where he has the opportunity to chart his own course while remaining tethered to the traditions of the monarchy. For now, his role is defined more by what it is not. He isn't the heir, nor is he expected to shoulder the same level of public responsibility as his older siblings. Yet his importance within the royal family and his potential to shape its future are undeniable. Historically, younger royals have faced a delicate balancing act. Those further down the line of succession often find themselves navigating the complexities of defining a personal identity while remaining a part of the royal framework. Prince Harry, for instance, once embraced his position as the spare with a mix of service and independence, yet ultimately chose to step away from royal life. Princess Margaret, too, exemplified the challenges of living in the shadow of an heir. While her elegance and charisma endeared her to the public, her journey was marked by struggles with the constraints of her role. These examples underscore the importance of creating a supportive environment for younger royals to thrive, something William and Kate seem acutely aware of as they raise their children. Louis's current position offers both privileges and freedoms. As the youngest sibling, he is spared the immediate pressures that accompany being an heir, allowing him to enjoy a relatively private childhood. However, this also means that his role within the royal family may evolve in unexpected ways. His parents' commitment to nurturing his individuality will likely play a crucial role in shaping how he navigates his future responsibilities. One potential direction for Louis is a role focused on public service and philanthropy, areas where his parents and grandparents have excelled. The Duke of Edinburgh's award, for example, provides an inspiring blueprint for how younger royals can contribute meaningfully to society. Should Louis choose to follow in these footsteps, he could carve out a unique space for himself, championing causes close to his heart while supporting the monarchy's broader mission. Another possibility is that Louis may pursue a professional path outside the traditional royal mold. Prince Edward's early foray into the entertainment industry and Princess Anne's equestrian career demonstrate that there is room for younger royals to explore their passions and interests. If given the freedom to do so, Louis could bring fresh perspectives and talents to the royal family's legacy. As he matures, Louis's relationship with his siblings will also play a significant role in shaping his future. The bond between George, Charlotte, and Louis is evident in the moments shared during public appearances and family photographs. These connections provide a strong foundation for mutual support as they navigate their unique roles. George, destined to inherit the throne, may rely on his younger siblings for emotional and moral support. Similarly, Charlotte and Louis will likely draw strength from their shared experiences as they carve out their identities within the royal framework. The monarchy's evolving approach to public life will also influence Louis's role. William and Kate's efforts to modernize the institution have focused on balancing accessibility with privacy, emphasizing authenticity and relatability. This strategy not only resonates with younger generations, but also sets the stage for Louis and his siblings to engage with the public on their terms. Whether through social media or traditional engagements, Louis will have the tools and guidance to connect meaningfully with the public while maintaining a sense of individuality. Public perception of Louis will undoubtedly continue to evolve. While he is currently known for his playful charm and endearing moments, his development into a young adult will bring new dimensions to his identity. How he chooses to balance his private and public lives, and the causes he champions, will shape how he is perceived by the public and his place within the royal family. Given the foundation laid by his parents, it's likely that Louis will grow into a role that feels authentic to him, whether it is within the royal framework or beyond it. The challenges facing younger royals today are also shaped by broader societal changes. The scrutiny of the digital age, the shifting expectations of public figures, and the need to address contemporary issues like climate change and social inequality all add layers of complexity to the roles they inherit. For Louis, this means that his journey will unfold in a world vastly different from the one his grandparents knew. However, this also presents opportunities for him to connect with a more diverse and global audience, bringing relevance to the monarchy in ways that resonate with modern values. As Louis steps into the next stages of his life, one thing remains clear. The choices made during his formative years will play a significant role in shaping his future. The foundation of love, stability, and thoughtful parenting provided by William and Kate has given him the tools to navigate both the privileges and challenges of royal life. Whether he chooses a path that closely aligns with tradition or forges a new direction, Louis is poised to bring his own unique perspective to the royal family. For now, the youngest Cambridge remains a source of joy and curiosity, his life unfolding mostly behind the scenes. His occasional appearances remind the public of the vibrancy and humanity within the monarchy, while his parents' deliberate efforts to protect his childhood reflect a deep commitment to fostering resilience and independence. As the years go by, it will be fascinating to see how Louis defines his place within the royal family and the wider world. Whatever his path, it's clear that he carries with him the legacy of a modernized monarchy, one that values both tradition and individuality in equal measure. With that, we have reached the end of today's video. If you have come this far with us, be sure to check out other videos on the channel.